Hello dear students. In today's video, we shall understand in detail the different forms of participles which are used to frame or to analyze your synthesis or combination of simple sentences to form another new simple sentence. Now, what is a simple sentence? As we have understood, a simple sentence has a subject. What is a subject? About what we are talking about in the sentence. And the simple sentence will also have a predicate part. What is the predicate part of the sentence? Which has the verb. Verb means the action word. The part of the sentence which shows the verb or the action word is called the predicate part of the sentence. So a simple sentence should have a subject, it should have a predicate part, it should have a finite verb which will show you the tense of the sentence. And also it should have an independent clause which is not dependent on any other clause. That means it should not have any dependent clause. Now, different forms of participles which are used are present participle. What is the form of present participle? It is V1 plus ing. What is V1 form? The base form is the V1 form. If a sentence has is, am, are, was, were, then we convert all this to being. That means it becomes the present participle form of these verbs, which are your auxiliary verbs. They become being. Like for example, he is sick, he did not attend the party. Now, in this sentence, what are we saying? What are we actually doing here? There are two independent clauses. One is he is sick, and the second is he did not attend the party. Now, simple sentences are both independent clauses. That means they do not have to depend on any other clause to explain their meaning. Now, if I say he is sick, you understand that there is a subject, there is a verb, and he is sick. So, he is sick is a simple sentence. Look at the second sentence. He did not attend the party. So, we are also understanding from this sentence the complete meaning that he did not attend the party. The subject he did not attend the party. So these two are independent clauses. Now what we have to do? We have to do synthesis of these two sentences. Sentence 1 and sentence 2 have to be synthesized or combined to form what? A new simple sentence. So wherever this verb, auxiliary form of the verb is there, or am, are, was, where is there, we convert this E to being. So he is sick becomes being sick. He did not attend the party. What we have to do, students, is we have to combine these two sentences and make them a single meaningful sentence. That is the meaning of synthesis. So, being sick, he did not attend the party. So, present participle form, how is it used over here? If there is, am, are, was, were, it gets converted into being. So, being sick. So, action which is performed first needs to be converted to the participle. Which is the action which is being done first? The action that he is sick. So is converted to being. So action being performed first needs to be converted to participle. So we have converted is to being. That is your participle form. Now he did not attend the party. This is the second action which is being performed later. The action being performed later needs to be converted to the finite verb. So attend will remain as attend only in this tense. Being sick, he did not attend the party. So this is how you understand your present participle V1 plus ing. Now let's go over to present participle which is V1 plus ing, but let us see the difference over here. When subject is the same in both the sentences and second action is done immediately after the first action. That means there is a action being done in the first sentence and the second action follows the first action immediately. There is no gap. Okay. Like for example, she saw the car coming towards her. She ran away. She saw a car coming towards her is action number 1, and seeing the car coming towards her, she ran away. So this is the second action which is taking place immediately after the action of the first sentence. Because she saw the car which is coming towards her and it kept hit her, that is why she ran away. So this second action has taken place immediately after the first action. What is the first action? She saw the car coming towards her. What is the second action? She ran away. So the second action is happening immediately after the first action. So in this kind of sentences where the subject is the same, what is the subject in both these sentences? She. She and she, in both sentences, the subject is the same. So how do we combine these two sentences to make a simple new sentence? We will change this verb saw to the present participle. That means saw becomes V1 plus ing. What is the V1 form of saw? See. So see plus ing becomes seeing. So saw becomes seeing. Seeing the car come towards her, she ran away. So what we have to do, students? We have to identify whether the subject is the same in both the sentences. Okay, if the sentence has the same subject, next thing we will check is whether it is in the present tense. Yes, it is in the present tense. So we will now see if the second action is being performed immediately as a result of the first action being done. Yes, it is happening in this case. So next what we will do? We will see the verb in the first sentence. What is the verb? Saw. Now because these two actions are happening one after the other, so we will concentrate on the V1 form of the verb in the first sentence. First sentence verb is saw, but what is the base form of saw? See. So see becomes seeing. Seeing the car come towards her, she ran away. So this is how you will do this. Now next is perfect participle. As I told you students, there are some sentences which have both uh, the past participle as well as the present participle. So how, they are called perfect participles. That means having plus the V3 form of the verb. Action performed by same person and second action follows the first action. Example, they finished eating their food. First sentence. They went to bed. Second action. So immediately after eating their food, they went to bed. But over here, in the first sentence, we have got two verbs. One is finished and the other is eating. So in these cases where we have two verbs and the action is being performed by the same person one after the other, we will write having finished eating their food, they went to bed. Why are we doing it like this? Because we have to form a new sentence using both these sentences, which will make sense of its own and not depend on any other clause. That is the main criteria for your simple sentence. It is an independent clause which will not depend on any other sentence to explain its meaning. So, they finished eating their food, they went to bed. Having finished eating their food, they went to bed. Next, in what case can we use participles? In past participle form, in V3 form as an adjective. I found my umbrella, it was lost. Now, why do I have to use two sentences? I have to combine them. So I found my lost umbrella. Now here the verb lost is being used in the past participle form as an adjective. What does an adjective do? It describes a noun. What is the noun over here? Umbrella. So the word lost is being used as a participle form of adjective to describe your umbrella, which is the noun or your subject. Okay, so the other subject is umbrella, which is a noun. Now let us understand this further with some exercises on participles. He hurt his foot. He stopped. Now, is the subject the same in both cases, students? Yes. He hurt his foot. Subject he. He stopped. Second sentence, he is the subject. Now, he hurt his foot, he stopped. Analyze the sentence. What happens? The second action is happening because of a result of first action. So, hurt is the verb in the first sentence which has to be changed to its participle form. So, having hurt his foot. There is no word as hurting his foot, he stopped. So, this will be changed to having hurt his foot, he stopped. And the verb in the second action, it takes the finite verb form, like we have told. Action being performed first. Which is the action being performed first? His hurting his foot. So it needs to be converted to the participle form. So having hurt his foot, and the action being performed later needs to be converted to the finite verb. So he stopped. Action is being performed by the same person and second action is following the first action. So this is how you will analyze the sentence first. Check subject same. Yes. Second action following the first action as a result of which the second action is happening. Yes. So next step of our participles is that the first sentence verb will be changed to the participle form and the second sentence verb will remain as the finite verb. Now let us do the second one. I received no answer. I knocked the second time. Now there are two sentences, two independent clauses. I received no answer. I knocked the second time. What do we have to check in these sentences? Whether we can use participles or no? Whether the subject is the same. Yes, the subject is the same. I, subject is the same. Now, is the second action a result of the first action? Yes, because I knocked on I knocked on the door first time. I did not get any answer. So I knocked a second time. That is what the sentences are conveying. So in such cases where the second action is a result of being done after the first action, we have to change the verb in the first sentence to its participle form and the second sentence verb will remain in the finite verb form. So receiving no answer, I knocked second time. The present participle becomes V1 plus ing. Receive plus ing becomes receiving. Next, third, he felt tired. He laid his work aside. Now, same thing. Feeling tired, he laid his work aside. It is the same explanation. Subject is the same. And because of the result of the first action, the second action is happening. He felt tired, so he laid his work aside. So felt becomes the participle feeling and laid becomes the second verb becomes the finite verb laid only. Now the stable door was open, the horse was stolen. Now analyze the students. There is the verb was. Okay. So when there is, am, are, was, where, what do they change into? They become being. So the stable door being opened, horse was stolen. He was overpowered, he surrendered. Again, there is was in the sentence, students. So wherever there is, am, are, was, where, we change that to being. So being overpowered, he surrendered. He ran at top speed, he got out of breath. Subject same in both the cases, having run at top speed, because we will change this into the perfect participle form, that is having run at top speed. He got out of breath. He came to me, he wanted leave, he was ill. Now there is the verb was. So being ill, he came to me for leave. This is how you can combine these three sentences. First, you will check whether the sentence has any is, am, are, was, where. If yes, then first change that sentence. Was will become being. So being ill. Next, what did he do? Because he was ill, he came to leave. Why did he come to me? Because he wanted leave. So being ill, he came to me for leave. He wanted leave becomes for leave. So if a sentence has is, am, are, was, where, then we use. So this is how, students, you will use the participles and its different forms to form your or synthesize your two different sentences to form a new simple sentence. We will go over to the next video for further understanding of synthesis of simple sentences. Thank you, students.